right, well, it is hurricane season around here, so we're trying to get you prepared, and although thankfully we haven't seen any tropical storm activity, always good to play it safe and start preparing now. We've got Beaumont Emergency Management Coordinator Shaqueena Nobles joining us with some hurricane preparation tips. It's the harsh reality that we have to face. Although we don't want it to happen, you never know. And preparedness really is key when it comes to these situations.
Correct. And just want to say thank you guys for having me this morning. But yes, preparedness is key, and preparedness actually begins now. Now is the time to start preparing for hurricane season. We're about, 8 days into the hurricane season now? And so there are many, many things that we can start doing just to be prepared, even though nothing's out actually in the Gulf right now.
Yeah. What are some of the ways, the city does prepare for these kinds of situations?
So honestly, the city actually, we never stop preparing, to be quite honest with you, because there are a lot of efforts and things that go into place. As of late, we have been actively meeting with many of our industry partners, just kind of going over what the plans were, making sure that all of the individuals who were there when the plans were created are still there. Everybody has a good understanding of those types of things. And we've been doing a lot of community outreach, kind of like what I'm doing here this morning. We've reached out to many of the different organizations to kind of remind them to start preparing and pushing that message out to the citizens as well.
And what does that message look like for the citizens and their preparation at home?
So one of the things that we always tell them is, like, right now is the time to start reviewing your insurance claims, right? And if you need more coverage, now is the time to get it, particularly flood insurance. One of those things is there is a 30-day period that you have to have the insurance before you could make a claim. And so because of that, while we're at the low time in the season, our actual peak season for us is August, September timeframe. And so now is the time to be able to do that and start looking at that type of information that you have, making a plan with your family. In the event that we do have to evacuate, you need to know where to go. You need to know what your family's plans are, with regards to that. And then now is the time to also kind of be checking our vehicles, right? We want to make sure that they are, road safe and ready to go. And we encourage people to keep their gas tanks half full throughout the entire season, because you can get further along on a half a tank of gas and trying to fill up. So there are many reasons behind that as well.
That's smart. That's one thing I guess don't ever think about, because I'm bad about kind of letting mine get all the way to empty for everything. So
guilty.
Add that to the to-do list of making sure.
Absolutely.
Is there anything that the citizens can help the city with in terms of preparation?
Well, one of the things that, and I'm going to get on my soapbox a little bit, but one of the things that I would encourage citizens to do, if they have not already, is to register with the State of Texas Emergency Assistance Registry. That's also known as STEER. Many people refer to it as 211, because what that does is that gives us a very clear planning picture of what the individuals with access and functional needs, what are those needs in the cities, to help us better plan for the resources that's going to be needed to assist those individuals if they, need help.
Oh, that's a good thing.
And that's not just for hurricanes. That's actually for that's why it's called Emergency Assistance Registry. I mean, that's just for anything. It really allows for us to see where those populations are in the city and target our resources there.
Kind of across the board, not just hurricanes, anything can definitely help.
Correct.
So what's the best way to go about that? How can people register?
So you can go to steer.texas.gov. You can register with it there. You can also just call 211, which is why a lot of people refer to it as 211. But you can call 211 and let them know that you want to register with the STEER, or the State of Texas Emergency Assistance Registry. And that is probably the main thing. Another thing that citizens can do is to make sure that they register to receive emergency alerts. And that's with more commonly known as the STAN. And you can do that through the city's website on the emergency management page. You can also do that through by calling 311 and tell them you want to register your cell phone, and that will give you emergency alerts. Now, emergency alerts and STEER are different things, but the steer focus on specifically what are your needs are in the event that there is an emergency. And the stand is just so that we have your information so that we can send out those emergency alerts.
Good deal. Perfect. Well, lots of good information. Be sure to go register and then sign up for that too. And always heed the warnings that you get from some of those emergency alert systems too. So they're not just sending them out for fun. It's for your it's for your own safety. So we appreciate you stopping by and kind of getting us ready for hopefully a very calm, quiet hurricane season.
Yes, that's what we always hope for. And I appreciate you guys for having me this morning.
Absolutely.